Okay, guys, moving on. We are moving down quickly, man. So now we're at priest. Got rogue. We only got 4 more classes to talk about. So here, priests have 10 interesting cards. And because I am a priest player, a heavy priest player, I have a lot to talk about. So this video might be slightly longer than the others. So first, Obsidian Statue, 9 for a 4/8 taunt, lifesteal, death rattle, destroy a random enemy minion. Gosh, that is so good. Okay, that is a fucking good card. All right. Now the mana cost is prohibitive, so I could see decks running one of this, and this gets kind of confusing, like because you wouldn't run this in a Dragon Priest, right? You wouldn't, because you already got double Primordial Drake at 8, right? So really, it does need to find a way to get built around, and maybe Death Rattle makes a comeback now for Priests. And, maybe Quest Priest becomes playable. Like, yeah, a lot of people say the problem with Quest Priest is you give up turn 1 board state because you have to use one card of the quest. Um, and I understand where that problem goes, and if you feel like that's still an issue, Obsidian Statue does not help you. Okay, it does not solve that problem. But gosh, this is a very good card. You know how we were talking about the 10 mana Druid card was good? This is in the same vein. This is very, very good. Lifesteal, taunt, and then killing a minion. That's pretty powerful. And the weakest of those abilities, really, in priest situation, is not lifesteal. It's actually killing the minion, right? Because if they go wide. But the thing is, like, the body's so big and it fights in combat so well. Like, people may not be able to trade into this, right? You're gonna just steal too much life. You may wipe their board, and they have to. It's got taunt, right? So who knows? Also, another thing about this card is it's one of the few priest creatures that are 8 mana or higher in standard. So you can hit this with what's that spell? It's a spell that everyone plays. You know, the 8 mana spell. People combine it with maybe like now this is a target. So it's really a buff to that card as well, which is great. So pretty awesome. I would love to. So maybe you'll see decks running that. And what is that card? Free from Amber. That's what it's called. So now you'll see people running Free from Amber because usually it high rolls on your particular cards. And also this is a buff to Stonehill Defender. So I don't know if Stonehill Defender will see play, but it might be interesting. Although it is kind of a weak play because, if you play Stonehill Defender on 3 and you get this, you're still waiting 6 turns before you use that card. So that value is a really late value kind of card. Yeah, but still definitely a strong card. 5 out of 5 for Obsidian Statue. Next is the Priest, Death Knight, Shadow Reaper, Anduin, Battle Cry, destroy all minions with 5 or more attack. The hero power is Shadow Form, deal 2 damage. Right? I believe that's the hero power. Yeah, deal 2. Is that the hero power? I mean, I don't know what the hero power is. We're going to double check real quick, okay? I think that's pretty important to know. So, oh shit! How did I forget? After you play a card, refresh the hero power. So it is 2 damage, right? 2 for 2 damage, and you play something, it refreshes again. That's pretty fucking sick, I would say, and especially now, this really makes cards like Raza even more playable. And that's one of the things that I like the most about this card. It really helps increase the value of other cards in the Priest tool set. Gosh, man, I don't know how strong it'll be, but I know it'll have a lasting effect on the meta, and people will play it a lot. And because of that, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5. I think it's a meta-defining card. So Shadow Reaper, Anduin, 5 out of 5. Archbishop Benedictus, 7 for a 4/6, so the body is weak. Battle Cry, shuffle a copy of your opponent's deck into your deck. This is fun for the memes, and it's fun for that kind of thematic, priest stealing everything. But this is a horrible card, and I hate to do it, but I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 because there's only one matchup where I'd want to get more cards, and that's Fatigue. And you know, this just you know what? Gosh, man, I'm thinking like if the game goes long and you like drawn out most of your resources, and then you play this and you get your opponent's remaining resources, that's interesting. I just don't know how powerful it is. I don't want to give it a 1 out of 5 because I almost think it's unplayable. I'll give it a 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 for Archbishop Benedictus. I just think that's too much RNG for me to be happy with, and especially since this affects your later draws. You know, now depending in practicality, you've doubled the size of the remaining deck that you have, right? So assuming you have 8 cards, your opponent has 7 cards, you went from 8 to 15 cards, right? And now you've weakened the quality of your draws with cards from your opponent's class, which may or may not be a good thing. And because of that, I am on the fence, because that's an interesting kind of mechanic. But the RNG involved is so not in your favor. So, like I said, 2 out of 5 for Archbishop Benedictus. Embrace Darkness, 6, choose an enemy minion at the start of your turn, gain control of it. I think this is bad. I'll give it 1 out of 5. Now, the problem with this is you put this on something, your opponent's still going to get something out of it. They can attack something on the board, kill it off, or put it at a life total where it's easily removed. And even though this is a lot cheaper than Mind Control, it doesn't put a body on the board. Gosh, man, I don't think it's as strong as people think. So 2 out of 5 for Embrace the Darkness. Shadow Essence, 6. Summon a 5/5 copy of a random minion in your deck. This is pretty awesome, right? Now, basically, if you get anything that's 6 casting costs or higher that doesn't have Battle Cry, you've gotten good value. Right? Now, that's known, okay? Like, if you pull a fucking Ysera from this, that shit is nice, okay? But you also got to keep in mind the cards that cost less than 6 that have good effects. Now, is a Northshire Cleric, a 5/5 Northshire Cleric, worth paying 6 mana? Is a Radiant Elemental worth paying 6 mana for a 5/5 copy? Like, that's where you have to think about the value of this card. Like, because that's where it's going to see play, at least effectively, right? So because of that, I'll give it a 2 out of 5. You know, I'm sure someone's going to build something crazy around it, and I'm excited to see that. But right now, 2 out of 5 for me. Devour Mind, 5 for a spell. Copy 3 cards in your opponent's deck and add them to your hand. So basically, this is Thought Steal, plus 2 mana for 1 more card. That's bad to me. 1 out of 5 stars. Thought Steal is a good card. And this card is not bad. But Thought Steal is just so more mana efficient. And copying 3 cards for 2 more mana, it's not worth it to me. 1 out of 5 stars. Poorly statted card. Eternal Servitude, 4 for a spell. Discover a friendly minion that died this game. Summon it. That is strong effect. That's a Resurrect that costs 2 more, but you choose what it is. Right? I love it. I love it. 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's going to be built around. People are going to find a way to make this work. Like, you imagine if you get back a Obsidian statue with that. That is just too sick. Eternal Servitude, awesome. Acolyte of Agony, 3 for a 3/3 lifesteal. I think this is weak. Priest already heals. It's already a healing class. That body's too weak. You already have Cabal Talent Priest. You already have Curious Glimmerroot that gives you immediate value. The lifesteal, chances are you're never going to get full. Like, its value is not as strong as the other cards, what other cards have to offer. And because of that, I'm writing it off. 1 star for Acolyte of Agony. Spirit Lash 2, deal 1 damage to all minions. Lifesteal, I think this is pretty strong. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm not, you know, like, I wouldn't be surprised if the card is not that good, but I kind of feel like it is. I kind of feel that, like, even if it doesn't wipe a board, you're going to gain a lot of life. I think that's pretty important in some situations. So, Spirit Lash, 4 out of 5. Shadow Ascendant, at the end of your turn, give another random friendly minion, +1/+2. I think it's going to see a lot of play. It helps you smoothen out the curve because it's another 2-drop for Priest, and the effect is very strong in a tempo-based list, right? So you go Cleric on 1, you play this on 2, it buffs the Cleric, so now your Cleric is a 2/4 at the end of the turn, right? I think that could see play. I don't know how strong it is, and I don't know if it fits everywhere. Like, I mean, you could also put it on eggs, right? But like a Devilsaur egg, right? But I don't know. I don't know. I would give it a 3 out of 5. So that's the Priest is my favorite class, but it has gotten some crazy tools, Obsidian Statue, the Death Knight Hero Power, and it's gotten fun tools like Archbishop Benedictus. But it remains to see if those cards can help develop it in another way. Maybe Embrace the Darkness is a good card. I don't know. So you tell me, what do you think about the Priest class and where it's at? It seems really like a lot of these spells are direct nerfs to Lyra, right? Lyra was pretty much always pulling you Power Word, Shield, Potion of Madness, Shadow Word Pains, cheap spells. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 spells that cost more than 3 mana. So kind of like an indirect nerf to Lyra in a way. But, you know, I could be wrong. You tell me, what do you think about Priest? Where do you think it will lie in the coming meta?